And the national anthem.
This game features the Kalamazoo College Hornets and your Wheaton College Thunder. At this point, we will introduce the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Hornets of Kalamazoo. In goal, number 0, a senior from Traverse City, Michigan, Dane McDonnell. Number 2, a sophomore from Huntington Woods, Michigan, Jory Finkelberg. Number 4, a senior from Mason, Michigan, Doggin Hammer. Number 5, a senior from Fenton, Michigan, Jared Georgikopoulos. Number 6, a senior from Oak Park, Illinois, Rory Landis. Number 10, a senior from East Lansing, Michigan, Roy Yaway. Number 12, a senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Riley Wetzel. Number 13, a freshman from Lake Orion, Michigan, Jordan Villette. Number 16, a freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, Shahir Azhar. Number 21, a freshman from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, Nicholas Shabino. And number 22, a senior from Granger, Indiana, Alex Dukoff. And now the starting lineups for your Wheaton College Thunder. In goal, wearing number 1, a senior from West Chicago, Illinois, Ryan Seeger. Number 2, a sophomore from West Chicago, Illinois, Steven Fernandez. Number 5, a junior from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, Matt Hussey. Number 6, a junior from Thousand Oaks, California, Nathan Jaspers. Number 11, a sophomore from Urbana, Illinois, Adam Blackman. Number 12, a sophomore from St. Charles, Illinois, Noah Anthony. Number 15, a senior from Palatine, Illinois, Josh Clark. Number 18, a junior from Del Mar, New York, Steven Russo. Number 22, a junior from Yucaipa, California, Chad Musgraves. Number 25, a freshman from Libertyville, Illinois, Marshall Hollingsworth. And number 27, a freshman from Western Springs, Illinois, Elliot Borge. At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The starting lineups are in the books, as well as the national anthem. We're just moments away from first kick.
Thunder NCAA national champions as part of their reunion weekend.
And
we would like to
address
also welcome the namesake of this tournament, Dr. Bob Baptista, to Jovian Stadium tonight.
Bob Baptista is in the house for the namesake of the annual Bob Baptista Invitational, of course.
Artificial noisemakers of any kind, including
He's a legend in the coaching industries of the Wheaton College Thunder men's soccer program. He was the first full-time men's soccer coach He guided the team for 16 seasons. He was 104 and 52 with 22 draws. Under Baptista's watch, there were 11 All-Americans, 47 All-Midwest region players, 2 conference champions, and 3 NCAA Mid-East Regional Championship teams. We'll go in depth with Bob Baptista throughout this invitational, but first kick is ready to be taken in the middle circle. Kalamazoo out in their road whites with orange numbering and blue trim and white shorts as well. Thunder in their home blues with white trim and white numbering with orange trim around the numbers as well and blue shorts. We're underway and let's play some soccer. First ball game of the year for the Thunder. Moving left to right is Kalamazoo. This ball is played into the middle, intercepted by Elliot Borge, the freshman. He's also joined by freshman Marshall Hollingsworth along the front line for Giuliano's squad. Both Elliot and Marshall, highly touted players coming out of their respective high schools. Immense talent coming out of high school, and they earned starting jobs on this team. Chad Musgraves now controls in the front end. He's cut off, turned around, played back into the middle where Rogers McToway is. For Kalamazoo, that's Jordan Villette. Villette plays it back into the middle, intercepted Musgraves. Number 22 has it on the right side. Sprinting up to trying to join him is Hussey from the back, and he's cut off. Borge trying to make a play on the ball. He steps over it, knocked away, and possession is kept by Dagan Hamar, the sophomore midfielder. Rolled to the near sideline, touching away is Villette. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw for Kalamazoo. And the Hornets and the Thunder into minute number 2, no score. This throw is played to the back to Steven Russo as he plays it back to the senior goalkeeper and captain Ryan Seeger. Seeger is going to be posed in goal by Dane McDonald, another senior from Traverse City, Michigan. He's in between the pipes for Kalamazoo. Coached by Lumumba Shabazz. Enrollment of about 1,400 from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Incidentally, the hometown of Derek Jeter. This ball into the back half now, the defensive half. Trying to track this down is Adam Blackman. He shows off his speed along the right flank. He's cut off. Turned around by Shahir Azar. And now a whistle blows. Looks like initial foul. First foul of the year. It's going against Blackman. Starting lineups for Coach Giuliano's team. Well, first we'll start with Kalamazoo's. In goal, we mentioned McDonald. Jory Finkelberg is the midfielder. Joining him in the midfield is Roy Yiwa, the senior, as well as Nicholas Shabino in midfield. Shazir Azar in the defense, along with Alex Dukov. Riley Wetzel in the back as well. And Jared Georgikopoulos. Corey Landis in the front. This ball play now up to Marshall Hollingsworth. Giuliano praises Hollingsworth just straight up quickness and speed as he drops it to Noah Anthony. Anthony cut off, out of bounds, whistle blows. Looks like it will be a foul on the turf. Against Kalamazoo, it'll be a free quick. Anthony quickly plays it back to Josh Clark. So much depth in the middle of the field for Giuliano's squad this year between Josh Clark and, of course, the addition of Elliot Borge, who's got great playmaking ability. Blackman tried to make a run up, but he thought he was offsides, and he peels back, and that pass goes over the end line for a goal kick. No score into minute number 3. Thunder starters start with Ryan Seeger, the senior, in the goal. Steven Fernandez, a sophomore transfer from Luther College, a team that advanced all the way to the Sweet 16 of last year's tournament. And he started just about every game. So Steven Fernandez, he's earned a starting job in the back line. Matt Hussey was a sweeper last year in the 3-back set for the Thunder as a whistle blows and a hard fall to the turf. Looks like that was number 21, Nicholas Shabino. And that's going to be the second foul called against the Thunder. Free kick going to be taken just about 5 yards to the offensive half for Kalamazoo. So with Fernandez and Hussey in the back, Noah Anthony plays back there as well. This ball's played in toward the 18, and Seeger unabatedly scoops it up. And Steven Russo will take the place of Dan Pavlak, who's out nursing a little bit of a rib injury early on. Of course, Dan, the all-conference defender from a season ago, as a junior, also as a sophomore. One of the stalwarts on this team, but better play it safe than sorry when you have a valuable piece like Pavlak. Also unavailable tonight and perhaps for the weekend is Jordan Goles, who's had off-season surgery on his right knee. So they're nursing him back slowly to health. Thunder playing some possession ball right here. You'll see more of this throughout the year. Thunder playing a little bit more possession as this through ball tries to get to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth looking to work around a man, scraping on his back, somehow keeps it in play in toward the goal as he goes crashing into the wall. My goodness, Hollingsworth very quickly showing his speed along the left outside flank for the Thunder. Pretty fast kid for a freshman, my goodness. Ball played on the right foot of Riley Wetzel. He punches it back into the middle circle. Nathan Jaspers coming on to make a play on it. Touched away by George Akopoulos. He floats it right side, out of bounds. Noah Anthony will come over for the throw-in. We mentioned the new 4-back system. It's a much more traditional system for defense for the Thunder, and the Thunder, who was so used to that 3-back set a season ago, but unfortunately had some problems for them. And the 3-back set, which was solely related on one-on-one, man-to-man, and everyone knew their assignment. And here comes Blackman trying to make a through ball, but the flag goes up. Whistle blows, he's offside. The keeper, Dane McDowell, came way out of the box to try to make a play on that, but he knew the flag was up, and Blackman would have had a nice one-on-one shot with the keeper, but the flag was up. He's offsides. But back to that defensive strategy for the Thunder that snake bit them a couple times last year, and so they're back to the 4-man set. Got to know Coach Giuliano wrestled with that one for a while, but decided that this was the way to go. And fortunately, they do have the depth of the defense possession to really rotate a lot of bodies in there to make it pay off. Musgraves comes over and takes this loose ball, and he tries to find Hollingsworth in the middle of the field. Whistle blows, another foul. Hollingsworth a little too aggressive, trying to make a play on that ball. Free kick coming just shy of the middle circle. Let's go Wheaton chants starting to be heard from the student section as they continue to file in, but a pretty healthy crowd. It's a pretty hot and heavy night, I'd say, still right about now at about the 7:15 mark. Wouldn't be surprised if it's about 86, 87 degrees out there. Very heavy air and a humid night. Typical Midwest night here for the late summer in August. Booming kick deep into the 18th. Seeger's going to call for it, and much like a center fielder, he makes the play on it, scoops it up, and whips it out with his left arm to Noah Anthony. Anthony drops it back to Borge. Borge plays to Fernandez. Back to Borge as they work with the possession triangle. Borge still playing at his feet. Goes right side trying to find Hussey. Looks to keep it in play. He does touch it inside the outside line. Drops it to Clark. Clark looking to feed up either for Jaspers or Musgraves. Now Blackman's the closest one to it. Trying to win possession away from the defender and really working hard to keep him off the ball is Rory Landis. Blackman can be relentless. We saw him really come on last year as a premier goal scorer for the Thunder, even as a freshman. And now he's the sophomore from Urbana. Back into the Thunder defensive half. Clark. Back heel feed to Russo playing in the center along with Fernandez. Hussey on the outside, as well as Noah Anthony. Fernandez got some green to work with, trying to fire this one to Hollingsworth, but it was right at the defender. But Borge comes on to win it back, and Hollingsworth a little too far of a touch, but wins it with a slide to Blackman. Now into the back to Josh Clark. Jaspers playing with the ball at his feet. Floats it right side, Hussey to the right sideline, tipped out of bounds. Thunder have a throw. Just over 7 minutes into this contest, no score. Jaspers left foot looking for a through ball from Blackman. He's onside. He's trying to track it down before going over the end line. He does. Keeps it in play. Works around a defender. Dribbles into the 18. Trying to keep it on. Shields off a man. Floats it in toward the middle for Borge. Knocked away by the defense. Cleared out. And here comes Hussey trying to make a slide and stepped over. Defense knocked away by Kalamazoo, and the Thunder have a throw. Jaspers right back on top of it, but he'll defer to Hussey to make this throw on the far sideline. Borge trying to find possession. Knocked away, cleared, and out of bounds. Of course, the Thunder lost their premier goal scorer, Drew Goals, from a season ago. What a special player Drew was. Graduation, both on the soccer pitch and on the baseball field. What a tremendous athlete. But they pick up another goals as well. Steven Goals.
Thunder corner kick.
We'll maybe see some action off the bench as this ball travels over the end line. Will be a corner kick for the Thunder. In that top left corner, they're moving right to left as we see in the press box of Joe B. Musgraves and Noah Anthony are over there, perhaps for a two-touch. Looks like Anthony will be a left-footed in-swinger from here. We'll see if he takes himself. Here he goes. It's a nice ball in toward the top of the six. A header toward the goal. Oh, a great diving save is made by McDonald.
Under corner kick.
Oh, an outstanding headed shot. Looked like that to be Jaspers to the far post. They're going to have to do it again. That was close, but a great play made by McDonald. They'll do it again. Anthony approaches, another nice ball. And toward another header is cleared by the defense. Over the end line, we'll do it again.
Corner kick.
Boy, Noah Anthony really playing some nice balls in here. He's got some good skill throwing the corner kick in there consistently. Maybe a running header from here, we'll see. Fernandez and Russo in there. Here comes the high ball yet again. Lots of height. The header saved by the defense yet again and over the end line.
Under corner kick.
And it's another corner kick. 4 consecutive corners coming up for the Thunder. Wow. We'll see if they try to adjust now. It's Blackman is over there. Now Anthony will come back all the way on this side and still kick it with his left foot. Kind of cuts it from an out-swinging position. 34.5, Borge retreats. There it is, a nice liner. No one's available there in the box, and this one will be cleared by the defense. Anthony trying to get their cut off, and Kalamazoo wants a counterattack, but here comes Hollingsworth. Cuts it off and keeps it in play for the Thunder. Hollingsworth, left foot cross in toward the middle. Clark tries to help it to the goal. A diving save on the far post made by McDonald. An outstanding ball, my goodness. Outstanding ball from Hollingsworth in with his left foot, and Josh Clark kind of ran it in there, tried to shin his way to the far post, but a nice diving save made by McDonald. Now Coach Giuliano with he's wearing the entire dress shirt with the tie and button-down collar and slacks. Didn't see much of that last year. Interesting look for Coach, but he's looking good, and he's barking out instructions. Fernandez clears this one out of the box before it can go, and it is nearly out of bounds. Tried to be kept in play by Matt Hussey, but it is out. And the defensive half of the Thunder and the Hornets of Kalamazoo will have a throw-in. 33.5 minutes and counting from here. This ball's thrown in. Russo is going to try to cut it off and send it back out of play. He does. It's going to be another throw. So the Thunder, 4 consecutive corner kicks just a couple minutes ago. Unfortunately, it did not score, but Noah Anthony really does have a really good ball playing from the corner. Of course, he's a sophomore transfer. He played Division I at Coastal Carolina a season ago, transferred to Ohio State in the springtime, so he played some good, strong ball as this shot gets sliced away. Didn't get a clean look on it. It goes out of bounds. Thunder will have a throw in the defensive half. But Anthony with some really good talent and really good ability to put that ball in, give his team a chance. Got to be encouraged early on. This ball's thrown in. Jaspers wins the header, gets to Elliot Borge. Borge bicycles this one along the near side. Blackman giving chase, but it will trickle out of bounds. Forward traced down by Shahir Azar, the freshman defender from Atlanta. Making his way all the way up to Kalamazoo to play some college soccer. Shazir with the right foot in the middle. Touched around by Joy Finkelberg. Back and forth it goes and into the middle. Turning it around is Shabino. Now nice ball, far left side to the top corner of the box, headed down by Dukoff and toward the middle. Here comes Fernandez streaking over, and he clears it away. Out of bounds, but good possession and good through for Kalamazoo to maintain possession in the offensive half. They throw it in quickly and save it in. They change the direction on the field. Turning this around, dig in Hammer, and he puts a shot to it. Couldn't get much of a foot on it, though, and he just sliced it off well over the end line. Kept in play by the net boundary that separates the Joel Bean Stadium playing surface from the public safety building. Final game of the day for day one of the Bob Baptiste Invitational. It's the Thunder and the Hornets. Hollingsworth feeds near side for Anthony. Noah turns it around with his left foot. Brings it on back. He's got Borge and Fernandez now. He gives to Steven. Hollingsworth, a nice one-touch back to Noah Anthony. And he's cut down out of bounds, and it's off of a Kalamazoo defender. Could have either been off of Kalamazoo or perhaps a foul. They decide to give a throw for the Thunder. Just finishing up minute number 14, heading into minute 15 of the first half, no score. Fernandez in the offensive half. Ooh, nice touch and take away by Dagan Hammer. Playing back into the middle, the Thunder had defensive numbers back as Jared Georgakopoulos was back as well. He's a senior defender from Fenton, Michigan. But the Thunder played it well. Good chest touch from Hollingsworth to possess. Feeds it right back to Anthony. No one wanting to play into the middle, but it's deflected and now possessed by the Hornets. Shabino coming the other way. Another freshman in the starting lineup for the Hornets. Here's Anthony. Noah turns it around to the defensive half. Near side. Surveys the scene. Comes back to Josh Clark. A lot of talking on the offensive. Clark left foot. Changes direction and finds Chad Musgraves on the right side. Chad touches back into the middle to Elliot Borge. Borge, great footwork. Works around a man. Feeds right side for Matt Hussey. Hussey possesses. The Thunder go on the attack. Matt, a long cross in toward the middle for Musgraves. A header. Score! Happy New Year! Chad Musgraves, the header score on the assist by Matt Hussey. Thunder up 1-0.
His first of the year, scored by number 22, Chad Musgraves. Musgraves with the goal. The assist to number 5, Matt Hussey.
How about it, folks? 2012 is the new year, and it's off to the right foot, so to speak, or ahead in that case, by Chad Musgraves. A familiar position for Musgraves. I just remember he had the first goal of the year for the Thunder in their first contest against Covenant College. That was a left footer. That was to the same goal that hit a crossbar and bounced in, and the Thunder won that first matchup 1-0 over Covenant. Come up from Georgia, and now Musgraves gets the first goal of the year for the Thunder again, this time on a header on a great, outstanding ball from Matt Hussey. Now Kalamazoo looking to find the equalizer, and the funny thing about that goal is found right on the 30-minute mark on the dot, right as minute 15 was turning into minute 16. Now Kalamazoo possesses, trying to fire it in, but Russo heads it away, not allowing entry there. Now played along the right side. Musgraves trying to keep it in play along that far side. Fresh off scoring his first goal of the year. Here's Borge. Borge feeds it behind him to Fernandez. Fernandez goes left side to Anthony. Noah, nice footwork. Works around a man, maintains possession. Goes back to Elliot Borge. Borge, right hand, right foot. Keeps possession, moves to Hollingsworth. The crowd oohing and awing with every well-handled ball and a well-handled play from the Thunder offense so far. Here's Clark as he joins the back set with Russo and Fernandez. He'll fire this one back into the offensive half. Jaspers working for the ball. Nathan makes the play. Jaspers feeds left side for Hollingsworth. Marshall steps over once. Nice play. Goes left side. He gets cross it from here along the ground. And chance of the shot. And it's through. No, it's not. Just saved shy of the end line. Oh, what a save. Great effort from Dane McDonald. That was close. Hollingsworth, another great touch. And I believe that was Josh Clark who snuck in there with the touch and nearly got the goal. But it was saved at the last moment by McDonald. 28-minute mark as this ball travels toward the end line, and it is over the end line. That'll be a goal kick for Ryan Seeger. Whew, that was close to 2-0. I tell you what, folks, it's already exciting up here just to see the fireworks.
Entering the game for the Hornets, number 7.
For the Thunder offense. You can tell with every play, you know, they're tired of playing against each other. And yeah, that scrimmage last week, and they looked pretty good then, but playing some more possession ball, but now getting numerous looks at the goal early on in this contest. Well, whatever they're doing, it's working. Here comes Fernandez. Rolls into the middle to Bohr. One touch back to Steven. Well, right foot looking for Adam Blackman, calls out his name, and it's headed away, but possessed into the middle by Jaspers. Jaspers, who Coach Giuliano called the man of the match, really opened some eyes in the scrimmage they played last week against Cornerstone University. As this ball's fed to Blackman, flag is up.
Offside.
Barely offside was Adam Blackman on that through ball attempt. But Coach Giuliano seems really pleased. Says that was a tremendous effort right there. And the chance at the through ball to hit Adam Blackman by Fernandez. Thunder chance starting to get in there with the home crowd. They lead at 1-0, 26.5 to go, first half. I'm Judah Newby. You're watching or listening to WETN TV Radio. 88.1 FM is the frequency on the FM dial. Glad you could be with us for the first soccer game of the year. There's the first crowd ball of the year. That ball's cleared deep into the parent section. Quickly fed back in, though, to the goal box. Now Kalamazoo trying to be on the aggressive. Fernandez trying to turn him away. They get tied up a bit. It's loose in the mixer for a brief moment, but punched over the end line. This will be a corner kick for Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, corner kick.
Coming over to take the corner will be Nicholas Shabino.
You pick him up.
Three freshmen in the starting line for Kalamazoo. Here it comes, right footer. A nice ball headed high up in the air by Russo. He'll follow it up with a second header. A shot toward the goal will be high and wide. Russo a couple of headers, and coming over to make a shot attempt at it was Dukov. Never really got a clean look at it. And it sailed well over the crossbar, well wide as well. Seeger puts it at the top of the 6 and will just play back to his defense. Instead of booming it down, hoping for his teammates to win a head ball, they'll just play back to front ball. Fernandez to Anthony. That's a transfer connection there. Ball's played back to Steven Fernandez. He's a sophomore. Looking for looking for Jaspers rather, and coming on to break up that play was Roy Yiwa. High ball into the top left corner of the 18. Hussey cuts off his man and clears it away out of bounds. Hornets trailing by a goal at 1-0. Of course, the Wheaton women's team played earlier today. Their kickoff was at 4:30. They were down 1-0 most of the contest, but were able to sneak out the 2-1 victory late. Shelby Anthony a goal with just over 12 minutes left, and then Leah DeMoss, the junior transfer, got the game winner with just over a minute to go. The Thunder are 1-0 and looking to defend their run. Here comes Josh Clark. Feeds Adam Blackman. Thunder have a little bit of offensive numbers. Back to Clark. Clark approaches. Right-footed shot is going to get plenty of carry over everything and into the football field. We saw Jason Lawler score from about that distance against North Park last year. It's a low percentage, but for Josh Clark, why not? Of course, Jason has had some physical ailments. He's not going to be able to perform on the Thunder soccer team this year, unfortunately, but definitely one of the most vocal leaders and one of the strongest leaders of action, both on and off the field for the Thunder staff. And now both his teammates and the coaching staff are pleased that he's more than willing to stay with the team. He goes to every practice and helps encourage and helps these guys max out their ability. And he was a great player in his own right in the middle of the field for the Thunder squad. Paul played in the back half. Clark gives to Musgraves. Musgraves doing a lot of dancing, the junior from Ukaipa. Feeds Blackman. Back to Chad looking for him. Works off a defender, falls to the turf. We play on. It's over the end line. Corner kick.
Thunder corner kick.
Saw Musgraves collide there with Shahir Azar. Brief moment, but it was off Azar and over the end line. Corner kick number 5, I believe, of the first half already for the Thunder. And it'll be Noah Anthony coming over to take it yet again. The first 4 came in quick succession in the first 10 minutes of the match. And Anthony approaches, both hands in the air. He's ready. The approach, the left foot, a little bit of a lower liner header toward the goal. Whistle blows as that shot was off the post, and Russo was that close to a goal, but of course it would have been called back nonetheless. Foul called against Russo for pushing off at the top of the 6, but my gosh, as far as potential plays at the net, every single ball that Anthony's fed in there has had a chance. That time it was Russo that came so close, and his header did hit off the post on the near side. Of course, called for the foul. The goal kick from McDonald does carry past half. Jaspers, though, possesses in the middle circle. Nathan surveys the scene, turns around, plays it back to Hussey. Hussey will go ahead and play it all the way back to Seeger, and they'll work from back to front again. Seeger to Russo. Playing in substitute for Dan Pavlak. Of course, not available for this game. We'll see about his status for tomorrow. Got some rib concerns with him, and of course, the caliber of player as Dan, you don't want to risk it with him early on in the season. Here's Clark in the middle of the field, goes right side for Hussey. Matt stops, approaches, sends a high boomer in for Hollingsworth's direction. Carries both past Hollingsworth and the defender and into the feet of Adam Blackman. Blackman now scooting his way to the top of the 18, knocked to the turn, foul call, whistle blows. So Blackman, who drew the foul there with his playmaking ability, sets up this potential scoring chance for the Thunder. About 24 yards out. About 4 blue shirts there in the middle. We'll see who crosses over. We'll see who takes the shot. Now Hussey joins them. Clark and Anthony. Anthony is left footer from here. He's in good possession to take a swing at this as it's on the left side of the goal. And 23 yards out, Jasper is also there, as well as Elliot Borge. 6-man wall in the middle. Try to deny. Anthony approaches. Touched away to Clark. He'll slice it along the ground and it's denied by the wall. Still possessed. So Clark was the one to try to take that shot. Thunder do continue to possess as Anthony works around a man. Noah stops, turns, brings himself back in toward the near sideline. Still possessing, trying to cross it in from there, and he earns another corner.
Wheaton, corner kick.
Not a bad idea by Noah Anthony, just to go one-on-one with the defender. Of course, kicking with his left foot, trying to slice that one back in toward the top of the 18. This corner will be immediately played to Anthony to Blackman. Now Borge, a right-footed shot, and Tordo, a step across by Fernandez. The follow shot is so high for the crossbar. Final touch by Russo.
Entering the game for the Hornets, number 23, Mike Powell Karras.
Fernandez was just a little shy of hitting that ball and getting that final touch, trying to poke it past the keeper, and Russo had another chance at it as well. But he was high at the crossbar. It's always tough to finish that play. Nonetheless, shy of 20 minutes, 19-20 remaining in the first half. Thunder do lead it 1-0. Thanks to the header goal by Chad Musgraves on a great assist ball by Matt Hussey. Clark goes high into the air to try to win this one, but it comes down in possession of Kalamazoo. Oh, there's a foul against Steven Fernandez as he got his feet tangled up with Jared Georgakopoulos. Also entering the game is Mike Paul Kars, a senior from Winchester, Virginia, and he entered the game for Nicholas Shabino. Paul Karras into the game, and now a very similar situation to what the Thunder just had. It's at the top of the semicircle at the 18, 23 yards out. Couple white shirts there. The Thunder throw together a 5-man wall. We'll see how the Hornets decide to approach. It'll be a straight up shot toward the goal, and it sails the crossbar. Not a bad effort at all from Georgakopoulos. His right foot came into it, and it was high by about 1.5 feet, maybe 2. So he decided just to take on Seeger straight up, avoided the wall, but couldn't score it. And the Thunder go on the offensive. Musgraves looking for a through ball for Blackman. He's got it. He steps in front, waits to join him. And here comes Jaspers on the right side. Jaspers, nice feed into Blackman into the box. Going back, Adam with the right foot, fires it in. It's blocked. Clark now possesses. He might shoot. He does, and it's wide. Found himself with the ball, and of course it's always hard. That ball was bouncing about 12 to 18 inches off the ground, and Josh had to time it correctly to where he would strike it at the proper height with his foot. It was not at a still pace, always a tough shot. And he had good height on it, but it was wide left. Thunder lead 1-0, 17.5 to go first half. McDonald sends this one just shy of half. Hollingsworth goes high in the air to win it. Touched away by Jaspers and cleared to the near side and out of bounds. Looks like we'll have a couple of substitutions, and they'll come right now.
And 9 are in.
Connor Rice and Stephen Golds.
Entering the game for the Thunder, number 7, Connor Rice, and number 9, Stephen Golds.
So off the field comes Matt Hussey and Chad Musgraves, the battery that connected on the first goal of the year for Coach Giuliano's squad. Outstanding play by the junior from Ukaipa. as well as Matt Hussey's assist. So entering the game is Stephen Goltz. He'll play in the center forward position. And Connor Rice will be the right back. Throw-in coming for Kalamazoo here. Fired in toward the right sideline. Clark chasing it down. It is out of bounds. Should be a Thunder throw. Will be. Anthony will take it. Hot humid night here as Stephen Goltz flicks on a header. He wins it to Jaspers, looking to beat his man at 6 against 6. Nathan trying to cut him off, and it is off the right foot of the defender, looks like. And, they're going to give it a goal kick. I don't know about that. That seemed to be touched right off the right foot of Landis. Jaspers doesn't want the call either, and looks like the call will go in favor of the Hornets instead of being the 7th corner of the night. For the Thunder, it will be a goal kick for Dane McDonald and company. The Thunder have dominated this half on the offensive side of the ball, but still only lead by a goal. That's kind of the story with soccer. You can be dominating half, dominating the stat sheet, but when it's all said and done, it's all about who's up on the scoreboard, and Kalamazoo could just get one play, capitalize on it, and have it tied up. So the Thunder looking for that goal to put them up 2-0, get a little bit of insurance going into the half. Stephen Goltz trying to win that ball. It's off his right foot and out of bounds. 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes for the first half, as it starts to be a beautiful sunset behind Blanchard onto Blanchard Lawn. Nice picture here. Thunder try to capitalize. Here's Hollingsworth, a touch in toward the box. A little too far. Scooped up by McDonald. Hornets try to counterattack. Good slide from Hollingsworth. Keeps that one in play. Jaspers keeps it up, falls to the turf, doesn't get a call. Goals works around. Play on, says the referee. A little bit of one-on-one action as Elliot Borge, the freshman, wins that ball. Fernandez into the middle for Jasper. Surveys the scene, plays it back to Anthony. Anthony, calm. Wanted to play it through back to Russo, looked like, but Clark was in the way, and Clark decided to take it himself. Now plays back to Russo. The junior from upstate New York. Now to Connor Rice, who freshly entered the game. Giuliano praised Connor Rice and Josh Clark both. Really the two players that in his mind improved the most in the offseason. Rice really working hard on his game, and he's going to earn a lot of playing time this year as a senior from Northville, Michigan. This ball's played to Anthony in the left corner. Chance to cross from here. Works around a man. He'll try to dribble in. A low cross along, and it's cleared away by the defense. Takes one stop in. Kept in bounds by the Hornets. Clark gets in front to cut it off. Hollingsworth tries to do the same. He does. Keeps it in play to Fernandez. Into the middle for Jaspers. One-touch Borge. Elliott shields off a man. Got some good height. Strong 6 foot is Elliot Borge. And Hollingsworth, 5'9" with speed. Playing into Jaspers. Jaspers wanted to go left. It got deflected away, but right at the feet of Josh Clark. Goals trying to win possession in there, but really it was a through ball that was designed for Blackman. And it was a good idea from Clark. He saw Blackman, but Stephen Goltz thought it was for him. Put her right foot out in front, tried to possess that ball. Couldn't do it. They'll hit on that some later on, though, most likely. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Thunder lead by a goal, 1-0. Ball's thrown in. Header trying to be won by Georgakopoulos. Out of bounds. Thunder will have possession in the offensive half. Played back to Clark. Clark into Borge. Borge plays back to Fernandez. Fernandez keeps it in front. Playing on his right foot. Now left-footed pass. Nice one into Stephen Goltz. Looking to possess in the middle there. Stephen trying to keep possession, but it's knocked away and down to the ground. A foul going to be called against Goltz. And it's fallen to the turf with Shahir Azar. Thunder playing with some good physicality so far. I'd say it's been to their advantage, despite being called for a few fouls here and there. They've been winning most of the head balls. They've been winning most of the 50-50s. And now Jaspers winning this one. Far sideline. Trying to turn it back inside. Feeds it instead to Blackman. Blackman along cross looking for goals. Cut off by Azar. Fed back is Kalamazoo trying to make a counter, but they'll slow it up. Not many numbers as the Hornets have really had to be focusing on defense. So whenever the counterattack possibility happens, they don't have many numbers to go against the Thunder defenders. Gives the Thunder time to recoup and get back. Rice sends this one far sideline for Blackman, but it straddles the outside line and does, in fact, go out before coming back in play. 11.5 and counting in the first half. Thunder lead by a goal. A couple substitutions maybe coming at the next whistle for Kalamazoo. This ball's played. Anthony trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds. Just able to keep it in to Jaspers. Jaspers calmly flicks it back to Fernandez. The sophomore looking for Hollingsworth. Not a crisp pass, but Hollingsworth is able to get it back and feed it back to Seeger. Ryan, with his right foot, comes near sideline as the Thunder move right to left, leading by a goal. Played back into the middle by Anthony. Touch to Clark and back to Elliott Borge. Now right side, Connor Rice. It's to bring it past half, he does. Now Clark, a nice right-footed touch to Goals, who touches it back to Jaspers. Thunder continue to possess nicely. Jaspers looking for a left-footed pass either in the direction of Hollingsworth or Anthony, not sure which.
For Kalamazoo, number 8, Spencer McDonald, and number 14, Sean Chetcuddy.
Regardless, it's split to 2, one out of bounds. And a couple more substitutes come into the game for Coach Lumumba Shabazz, including Sean Chetcuddy, number 14. Ball thrown in near sideline. Touched away by Paul Karras. Now to Anthony. Anthony scoots down on the near sideline, wants it back. Borge goes to Jaspers. Borge into the middle. Middle circle, feeds right side at the halfway stripe for Rice. Rice back to Russo. A little bit of pressure now coming on for the Hornets, looking for a turnover, maybe to make a play the other way. Now fed back into the middle for Clark. Thunder continue to possess. Josh got some green in front of him. He'll use as much of it as he can. Feed it back into the middle for Blackman, but a little bit behind Adam. Couldn't maintain possession there. 9.5 to go first half. Thunder by a goal, 1-0. It was a connection earlier on from Hussey to Chad Musgraves, the junior combination. Make it 1-0 Thunder at the end of the 15th minute. Actually, the first second of minute number 16. There's an incidental handball. We play on. Ball played back into the middle. Blackman comes over to possess. Borge thought about going to the far side, decides to come back, changes direction, feeds Jaspers. Jaspers making a nice play into Hollingsworth. He's got room with the ball, a left-footed shot, and now the cleanup! Score! Nathan Jaspers! First goal of the year. Thunder lead it 2-0. Assist to Hollingsworth on the cross. Wheaton's fired at all cylinders now. Good execution. First,
Entering the game for the Thunder, number
Josh
17,
Clark.
Brandon Vanderveen, number 14, Jonathan Clark, and number 20, Kevin Skinker.
Elliott Borge comes off, as does Adam Blackman and Marshall
Also in number
Hollingsworth.
8, Jason Bada.
For Hollingsworth, his first point as a member of the Wheaton Thunder as a freshman, and of course,
And for Kalamazoo,
the
number
goal
11,
for
Shane McDonald.
Nathan Jaspers. Jaspers comes off the field. He's congratulated by his teammates. We'll get you the recent substitutions for the Thunder in just a
First of the
moment.
year, scored by number 6, Nathan Jaspers. Jaspers with the goal, the assist to number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth.
So in the very beginning of minute 16, it was a goal scored by Chad Musgraves, the header from Hussey, and here, just about 9 minutes to go, the goal scored by Nathan Jaspers, assisted on the left-footed cross by Marshall Hollingsworth. 2-0 Thunder, just shy of the 8-minute mark here in the first half. Thunder leading by 2 goals. Ball's played now into the defensive half of the Hornets. Played at the feet of McDonald. He's got some time for goals. Had some one-man pressure. He rolls it back to Azar. Looks like Kevin Skinker enters the ball game now, along with Jason Bada entered in for Jaspers. And now here Stephen Goals wins that one. He'll let it slide over the end line and earns a corner out of it.
Thunder corner kick.
So the Thunder will have a corner. Also into the ball game. Trying to find number 12 on the roster sheet. He ain't here, but it's Brandon Vanderveen, the sophomore forward from Wheaton Academy. He transferred into Wheaton last year, took a year off from soccer, but he's back, sophomore of athletic eligibility. Here's Anthony's ball. A header toward the goal. A header helped on by Skinker over the crossbar. It was Russo to Skinker, and Kevin's header over the crossbar. Some wonderful offensive enthusiasm so far for the Thunder. Also into the ball game is Jonathan Clark, the younger brother of Josh. Josh looks like he's playing in the center back, and he'll obviously join the offensive attack. And the center forward is where Jonathan is. So both Clark brothers sharing the field at the same time for the last 6:45 or so. We'll see if the Thunder can't get any offensive execution going and make this a 3-0 ball game. Currently 2-0. Rice throws it into Russo along that far side, gets it into Josh Clark, knocked away out of bounds. Thunder another throw. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. The breeze, which is welcomed, especially up here in the press box. This ball's nicely flicked on by Jonathan Clark. Kept alive by Josh. Into the defensive line of Kalamazoo. Now Bada has it. Helps it on to Jonathan. Deflected by the defense into the 18. Now cleared by Azar. Played at the feet of Anthony. Noah turns it around with a right foot. Goes back into the middle circle for Russo. Russo surveys the scene. Goes right side to Rice. Connor on his right foot. Nice work to work around the defender. Then another one. Russo maintains possession. Good decision to not play it back to Fernandez, as there was some sincere pressure coming from Renicky. Now near sideline, Anthony continues to possess for the Thunder. Wanting to find goals on there, but a step and touch away by Riley Wetzel, another starter. Ball played in the air. Fernandez a right foot, and Wetzel gets a right foot into it as well. In return, Fernandez a header out of bounds. It's almost completely nightfall here under the lights at Joe Bean Stadium. Thunder looking to end the first half on a high note. Currently leading 2-0, 5:20 to go. Ball played near sideline for Wetzel. Knocked away. Here comes Anthony in the midst of two Kalamazoo offensive players. And a little bit of motions there as Emerson Talanda Fisher pushes off Anthony. A little extracurricular activity, but not much. Not more than is typical in a heated soccer match. From the sounds of it, looks like Dr. Reichen, President Reichen, has made an appearance in the student section. That'll boost some morale. This ball's headed in toward the top of the 18. Turned around, though. The foot of Fernandez. Ooh. Looks like there'll be a foul called and a free kick going to be taken to the top of the 18 against the Thunder. Not sure if that was against Steven Fernandez for pushing off or hooking maybe, or maybe Bada. But regardless, this is going to be Kalamazoo's best chance of the night. Thunder will put together another 5-man wall. Looks like it comes here at the 4.5-minute mark. Jonathan Clark lining up his wall to try to make sure he takes away every angle. Seeger is taking away that far post, it looks like. Now Seeger moves back in toward the middle. Clark says he's ready, and he'll provide man number 6. The approach, the shot. Into the wall, knocked away by Connor Rice. Or perhaps Jonathan Clark, too, as Clark puts his hands on his knees, but regardless, the wall was successful. Far sideline it goes, back and forth like a pinball, and Rice finally clears it high away and out of bounds. Be a throw-in from there. Under 4 minutes for the first half. Thunder by 2 at 2-0. Rice trying to win this header. It flicks off his head over the end line. Corner kick coming up for the Hornets.
Kalamazoo corner kick.
Of course, at the half, we'll get you the halftime statistics and fully anticipate them to be in healthy support of the Thunder. Shown for the first game of the year, have been pretty crisp. Low liner as this corner drops in and headed away. Jonathan Clark looking to win it. Here comes Josh with a header. Played on by Jonathan. Looking to win it. Kalamazoo step in, take away. Fed back into the middle. A nice dummy ball, and here turning it around. Looking to turn and play, make a play is Talanda Fisher. Talanda Fisher being forced in that right side. Heavy defense by Rice down there. And it's rolled over the end line. It'll be a goal kick.
I just know it's Kitty.
Oh, looked like also Anthony was down there along with Brandon Vanderveen. As Vanderveen makes this touch near side, looking to feed this through ball along that near sideline to Goals, and he deflects it off of a Kalamazoo defender, but final calls it was against Steven. Throwing in the defensive half for the Hornets, trailing by 2. Clark to Bada. Right side, Rice. Just over 2 minutes for the first half. Thunder made a statement early in this ball game and early in this season. The defense has been playing well as well. Of course, they haven't been tested that much, but the times that they have, they've been sound early in this first half. Now here's Steven Goals looking to help a ball onto Skinker. He loops it over the crossbar. Oh, a little high. Oh, an outstanding helped-on header by Steven Goals, and really Kevin Skinker had one play. And that was to get the right footer up and over the charging keeper McDonald at the top of the 18, but to still keep it underneath the crossbar, and it's just too tall. Now Kevin will undoubtedly want that one back. But a great helped-on header nonetheless by Steven Goals. Just over a minute to go in the first half. McDonald approaches, right foot, and into it. Didn't get all of it, kind of sliced it into this near side. Ball is played on out of bounds, last touched by the Hornets.
1 minute. There is 1 minute remaining in the first half.
1 minute warning goes down. Anthony comes into Goals. Goals looking to help it on to Vanderveen. Hit play into the left corner. Vanderveen along his left foot, steps over once, twice, rolls it over a third, cross with the left foot, played at the hand of Goals, now into Skinker, trying to turn around, but charging out is the keeper, McDonald, makes the play. Boy, Skinker has been right there a few times, but McDonald has just been able to escape unscathed each time. Turned around out of bounds, Thunder will have a throw. Nope, it'll be a Hornet throw instead. No, it will be a Thunder throw as Rice will come over. They take it from Russo into Jonathan Clark. Good chest touch for possession to Josh. Rice keeps it in play along the far side. Got some room, feeds Bada. Bada in the back to Fernandez. 10 seconds and counting. Another incidental hand. They won't call anything with 10 seconds to go. Clark possesses, and that will do it for the first half. Bada will do one less left-footed shot in toward the goal. And that'll do it. There goes the horn for the first half. What a first half it was. Great way to start the season for the Thunder. A couple of McDonald did make 3 saves. Seeger had not been in the position to make a save yet. No yellow cards, of course no reds either, and the fouls, Thunder have been playing pretty physical, which is what you like to see. They've been called for 9 fouls. Kalamazoo called for a couple. And the Thunder have 7 corner kicks already. Of course, earlier in that first half, about the 10-minute mark, they had 4 in a row in quite succession. Kalamazoo in the opposition, just 2 corners. Thunder have been called for 2 offsides. And Kalamazoo has not been called for 1 yet. All right, the second half is beginning. The last 45 minutes of game number 1 of the year. Let's see if the Thunder can finish strong. Looks like to be the starting 11 on the field is Elliot Borge looking to feed Musgraves. The Thunder now moving left to right as we see it. It's ball played near sideline. Russo cuts it off. Looking to play it back into the back for Steven Fernandez. Some really high offensive pressure as Fernandez gets it away to Ryan Seeger. Now Noah Anthony in the back playing the left back into Nathan Jaspers. 1 goal to Nathan Jaspers' name. And he got that in the 36th minute. Of course, for Nathan, who had an injury-hampered season in 2011. Good to see him back on the field. And he wasn't even able to make it into the latter half of the season for the Thunder. But to have Nathan for a full year is definitely a great plus for this team, both offensively and defensively, and for his leadership as a junior. And Kalamazoo now possessing, moving right to left. Hussey will be the closest one to it, cuts it off, it's out of bounds. As we enter minute number 47. Hussey fires this one over, and Elliot Borge comes across. Ooh, pretty physical play there. Is pushing him around is Rory Landis, but Borge still wins it. Hussey will dummy this ball over the out-of-bounds line. Thunder lead it 2-0. Goals a minute, 15 and 36. Now the Hornets trying to make a chance. Played up into the right middle for Georgakopoulos. Georgakopoulos trying to slide this one into his teammate, Roger Mason Darling, the freshman midfield. And he wasn't able to get there before Ryan Seeger was first. Jaspers takes the roll from Seeger. Cutting it off is Hollingsworth, playing the left forward. They'll drop it back to Seeger. Hollingsworth got on the board for his first career point as a Thunder, as his left-footed cross was an assist on Jasper's goal. Musgraves does a nice job of trickling around to get past his man, and out of bounds it goes. Hornets will have a throw near sideline. To take it, Alex Dukoff, the senior defender from Granger Island, Indiana, and Pennsylvania High, or Penn High. Rousseau called for a foul here. Looks like it'll be an indirect kick for the Hornets on the near sideline. Coach Lumumba Shabazz is yelling out some instructions to his team and Dukoff. Addressing the ball, Roy Landis. Landis, right foot to the top half of the box. A header helped on toward the shallow part of the goal, and Seeger watches it harmlessly over the end line and out of play. Tomorrow night, the Wheaton Men take on Principia College. It's a 7 o'clock start. The Thunder women look to go to 2-0 after their dramatic first win of the year on the first game of the year. Down 1-0 for the majority of the contest, but like we've well documented, a great goal by Shelby Anthony. Tied it up, and then a goal with a minute to go won it. Here's Musgraves playing in the middle, looking for a streaking ball to Hollingsworth. The keeper's out of position. Hollingsworth drops it back, sending it up now. Looks to be Blackman, and he is denied a little too much late development on the part of the Thunder offensive line. But a great play by Hollingsworth just to keep that opportunity alive. Here's Hussey. Very physical defense from his number 5 counterpart, but we play on. Clark now dribbles into the middle, feeds Blackman. Blackman goes right side for Matt Hussey. Hussey tries to keep it in play. He does. Might cross it in from here. Good ball, a header! Knocked away. The keeper's off his line. It's out. He's still got it. What a play. Good physical play by Dane McDonald. And he keeps his team just down by 2. Boy, gutsy effort from McDonald. Here comes Russo. Playing in the back, he'll feed back to Seeger. A lot easier on a Thunder defense when you have a 2-goal advantage instead of just 1. That goal with under 10 minutes left in that first half has really freed him up to continue to be aggressive on the offensive end. Now this ball taken by Landis. Landis on his right foot, trying to sneak past Hussey, and Landis will just fire this one unabatedly into the box, and Seeger just scoops it. Into the middle to Elliot Borge. Borge just shot a halfway stripe in the circle. Plays triangle. Blackman to Clark to Jaspers. Jaspers to Clark. Good possession so far as they carry into the offensive half, looking for a left-footed through ball. Somehow found its way to Hollingsworth over there, and actually not Hollingsworth. Anthony was making a streak up the left side. Clark sets it up, wanted a long left-footed cross, but it's blocked and out of bounds. Fired back in, Clark and Anthony. Noah touches it through to Blackman. He's hit down. That's Musgraves, looks like. And there's a foul called, so an indirect for the Thunder in the offensive half. They had one similar to this, maybe a bit closer when they were moving to the opposite side of the goal. Opposite side of the field, I should say, in the first half. They got 4 players back there. Looks like Borge, Jaspers, Clark, and Anthony. Clark was the one to take the shot last time. We'll see if they do the same thing here. They scored on one of these pieces at Rock Island last year. Anthony steps over, as does Clark. Here comes a shot for the near side post. And it's wide. Don't count it as a shot, not necessarily on goal, however. And goal kick comes from McDonald. Jaspers wins this header. Grabbed by Georgakopoulos, wanting a through in. Seeger coming way up and out of the box. Kicks it up, wins it. And that crisis is averted. Here's a foul as Jaspers is called for it. Falling to the turf is Dagan Hammer, the senior from Mason, Michigan. Rory Landis to take the indirect, and the Hornet offensive half. 6.5 minutes in to half number 2. Up in the air goes Clark to win it. Now Seeger comes out with a punch. It's bicycled back into the mixer, deflected off some leg, but it's going to be a goal kick. Last touch by Kalamazoo. Seeger rolls it out to Russo left side. Back in the middle for Noah Anthony. They'll find, excuse me, that's Fernandez. Fernandez finds Anthony and back to Steven. Noah finds a nice through to Jaspers, helps with a nice touch to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth to Blackman, wanting it through back to Hollingsworth. He's got him. Here he goes, Hollingsworth, a left-footed shot. Oh, a nice block on his knees by McDonald. He gets the save. Whistle blows. Foul against the Thunder. Or at least a handball. Wow. Oh, some instant offense, and Hollingsworth a chance to score. He's already impressing the fans already. Doesn't take him long to get acclimated to the Thunder atmosphere. Here comes the indirect from McDonald. He'll just play it back to front. Landis on the possession. Blackman, the immediate pressure. Borge steps in and intercepts. Borge looking for a long through, trying to get Musgraves. Musgraves trying to work around to get possession. Hard entrance from Blackman. He collides and is holding his right knee, but we must play on. Blackman looks like he might be okay. Here comes a cross into the middle for Clark. A shot hits the crossbar, does not go through. Oh, he got robbed of the third goal for the Thunder. Now being possessed and keeping an eye on Blackman, who looks like he's struggling a bit on the way back. This ball's played all the way back. Oh, the Thunder were that close to their third goal of the night, and Josh Clark just off the woodwork. 8.5 minutes into the second half, Thunder still lead it 2-0. But they look pretty crisp. Clark a long through looking for Hollingsworth. Marshall's got it. Looking to work around a man, and that's playing the far left forward. Push to the ground, that's a foul. Whistle blows. Thunder in an interesting position here. This part of the field is always an interesting one as far as your strategy on who to make a kick. It's just shallow enough where it can still be a cross, kind of similar to a corner kick. It's about 2 yards off the end line. And they'll drop it back. Adam Blackman working into the box, and Anthony trying to come on and make a shot. Can't do it. His is denied and blocked. Poked back to Clark, far sideline. Clark, beautiful work around one man. Works around another, tries to keep it in play, but his shot is not quite making it to the net. Goal kick coming up. Outstanding footwork, though, from Josh Clark. And calling his name all night. The Thunder 11 playing at a high level. Borge goes high into the air trying to win that, as does Russo along with Fernandez. Clark comes down with it, gets to Hollingsworth. Far side, Anthony feeds back to the middle for Borge. Needs to get rid of it as defense comes quickly on, and the Hornets win it back. But Hussey in the back half for the Thunder. Matt with the right foot. That pass is deflected away and out of bounds. Oh no, they'll give it right back to Kalamazoo. Near sideline. Thrown in. Russo. Defensive half. Ooh, an opportunity for a through ball. Could have been offsides, but it doesn't matter because Fernandez takes away for the Thunder. Elliot Borge, the freshman. Plays it on his right foot. He's being pushed off the ball, but for a freshman, he was willing to play that physical game. And he wins it. Back to Elliott it goes. Into the middle for Jaspers. Already 1 goal to his name. He rolls it back to Clark. Clark goes into the middle. Man on against Blackman. Now a right-footed clearance. Russo keeps it back into the offensive half. Headed back down by Shabino for the Hornets and played into the Thunder back. in the minute number 57. Thunder lead 2-0. Fernandez on the ground to Borge. Deflected away from the ball. The Hornets clear, looking to counter. Don't have numbers, about 3 on 5, but they'll make something happen anyway. Dribbling along the left foot is Georgakopoulos. Oh, a nice move, trying to find a way. Poke back in. Georgakopoulos might approach and try to shoot, but Hussey's not denying it, or he is denying that opportunity. How far out from goal? A right-footed clearance. There goes the flag. He is off. That was Shabino trying to sneak his way past, but well offsides. Thunder have had come close in the second half on a couple of opportunities. Clark, the one that came the closest, as they played it all along the far outside between Clark to Jaspers to Musgraves and especially Hollingsworth. Here's Musgraves in the middle trying to force a touch to the right to Blackman, just didn't get quite enough on it. And a sliding stop was made by Dukov over the end line. It will be a corner kick for the Thunder. Looks like Jonathan Clark, the freshman, will come in at the next whistle. And that'll be right now. Jonathan sporting those two-toned cleats.
Jonathan Clark.
White on the front and a hot pink on the back. Interesting look. Elliot Borge, the freshman, will come off the pitch in favor of the younger Clark. Hands up for Anthony. The corner is in the air. Header. Fernandez got it on the back half of his head, and it goes over the end line. Goal kick coming up for Kalamazoo. Corner kick number 8 already of the match for the Thunder. 7 of them in that first half. Hollingsworth is going to apply one-man pressure in the defensive line, and that pass was nowhere near anyone. It's out of bounds for a Thunder throw. It's been fun to watch Marshall. So much speed along that flank, and Coach Giuliano knows Marshall's family pretty well. I would say pretty close to Mr. and Mrs. Hollingsworth in a special way, and might get into that later. Here's Blackman now outside the goal box, crosses this one in, a nice deflection from the defense and over the crossbar. It'll be another corner for the Thunder.
Thunder corner kick.
Jonathan Clark was in the vicinity. Had a chance to go after that one. The Kalamazoo got to it first, but still it'll be the 9th corner of the evening for the Thunder. Musgraves will set it up for Anthony again. Not much room down there to work with, but Anthony might go with a 2-touch with Musgraves. There it is to Chad. Chad will have it. He'll punch it to Anthony. Quick cross and good defensive header. Once again over the end line, and it'll be another corner for the
Thunder corner kick.
This time on the opposite side. The evening that was once blistering hot in the later afternoon has cooled off beautifully here in the greater Wheaton area. A bit of a haze covers the top of Joe Bean here. Anthony left footed into it, a little bit of a low liner, flicked down over the crossbar.
Right there.
Like Russo was in on that. Steven's been in on a few of those corner kick header opportunities. One of them hit the sidebar. Of course, he's called for a foul on that, but he'll get one if he keeps getting those opportunities. The approach and into it is McDonald. High header taken from Clark. Back into the air it goes. Josh wins it to Jaspers. Nathan flicks it over one and he maintains possession. Loops one with the left foot in Hollingsworth's direction. Cut off the ball, but Marshall gets it back. Plays into Blackman in the left channel. Feeds Jonathan Clark, and he's onside, but that goes over the end line. Blackman down to one knee, and he gets back up. He might need a sub. He already fell down once holding his right knee. You don't want to risk his health. Kevin Skinker looks like he'll check in at the next available opportunity. We'll see if it is for the sophomore forward Blackman. Prior to the ball going over the end line, it was a foul called against Kalamazoo, so indirect coming up for the Thunder. Anthony's over there, as well as Clark. Clark's right foot. Here it comes in toward the goal. It's going to sail the upper 90 to the right. He decided to go right after and attack it. Why not? With a 2-goal lead.
In the game for the Thunder, number 20, Kevin Skinker.
And Skinker will come into the game now, and Blackman will come off. Adam wanted to make sure it was him. He pointed at him. And Skinker, who last year in his freshman year and sophomore year was a defender, now as a junior, Giuliano was putting him in the midfield and now taking center forward. So, not sure if Kevin's played. I'm sure he's played there before and has experience there, but it's nice to have kind of a jack of all trades, and Skinker has proven to be that. And he's getting time in multiple positions here early on. He was at forward earlier in the first half as well and nearly got in on the scoring books. We'll see if he can do that as well here in the second half. Coming up on 28 minutes to go in the contest. Thunder by 2-0. Throw in far side of the defensive half. It's going to be by Hussey. Jonathan Clark helps it on towards Skinker's direction. Hit once. Musgraves helps it on. Kevin trying to win possession here. Jonathan Clark comes back with it and cleared away off the foot of Dukoff. Into the defensive half. Fernandez has it. Rolls it back to Hussey. Hussey with some one-man pressure. Turns it around to Jaspers. Jaspers to Jonathan Clark. Clark. Musgraves has a man on. Is able to thwart him off. Into the middle of Skinker. A right-footed feed back onto Jonathan Clark. And Josh Clark comes hard off that deflection. Called for the foul. Quick kick going to be taken. For Kalamazoo, they wanted to take it early on, but Coach Shabazz decided to say, hey, let's slow it up a little bit. Let's set up something. Thunder crowd would love to see that one more goal to really put this one in the books. Currently 2-0. If they can make it 3-0 before this night's out, make it a team hat trick. Why not? Addressing the ball is Landis. He approaches, right foot's into it toward the top. Header helped on toward the goal, and Seager, there it is, his first save of the year. As that header was flicked on, and Seager was well positioned, made the play outside the 6. Not the most difficult save of all, but Seager's on the stat sheet. This ball is rolled back. Here's Skinker applying some one-man pressure, as is Matt Hussey here, and the ball flips out, and Hussey's going to be called for the foul. As Shane McDonald drew the push in the back. Excuse me, that was Nicholas Shabino, freshman from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. It's an exciting time of year. The first games being played for the Thunder athletic programs. Football winning yesterday, 48-7. Great atmosphere that was at McCauley Stadium. Here is this ball's flicked on with a back heel. Now to the left side, chasing it down is Dukoff. Dukoff with the right foot into the top of the 18. Helped on with a header, skips once, and Seager picks it up. So Ryan in on some action, but he's really enjoyed his night. Hasn't been tested with too much difficulty. That's what keepers like to have. Be stress-free and make a couple saves when you need to make them. Let your offense do the rest of the work, and the Thunder have done exactly that against Kalamazoo so far. Of course, the Wheaton Men take on Principia tomorrow night. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. I'll be right here on WETN, but before that, 4:30, I'll be right here for the Wheaton Women's Contest. They also take on Principia College. As they celebrate their 25-year anniversary, we're celebrating many things, actually, for the athletic programs for the Thunder, as Kalamazoo has the offensive throw-in now. But that 1-2 touch play just simply goes out of bounds, even without defensive pressure.
For the Thunder, number 8,
here comes Jason
Bada.
Should remind you that on homecoming weekend, October 6th, it's the naming ceremony, the official naming ceremony of the new baseball field out there on Gary Avenue and Carroll Stream, officially Lee Pond Stadium. It was wonderful to get our first few games in on that surface, the brand new turf surface last year. And looking forward to playing an entire season there. So be there October 6th. That is 10 a.m. is the naming ceremony in conjunction with the Wheaton Baseball Alumni Game. It'll be a special time. Great atmosphere. The football team has a home game against Elmhurst that day as well. Never too early to think about homecoming, even though it's in October. So here come the Hornets, moving right to left. Jonathan Clark trying to step in front and make a play on this ball as Georgia Kopoulos helping him. And here's a shot from the top of the 18, but it's sliced off and sailed wide to the right. 24 minutes flat remain in the contest. Thunder 2, Kalamazoo 0. Seeger will set it up on the top left of the 6. And he's into it. Over the midfield stripe, Skinker trying to win it. Hollingsworth with a header, trying to win it back. Kevin Skinker works away around a man, goes far sideline, out of bounds, pointing in the direction of Kalamazoo. Give and go. Bada gets in front, heads it back in the direction of Hollingsworth. Into the middle, Jonathan Clark wins it with the right foot. Musgraves with defensive pressure, out of bounds. Thunder throw at the midfield stripe. Also a good time to remind you that the Thunder Gear website is now in full practicing mode in conjunction with the Wheaton Thunder bookstore. Stephen Goals enters. Marshall Hollingsworth will take a seat to a nice applause from the Thunder faithful.
9 for 25.
But Wheaton Thunder bookstore now selling all sorts of Wheaton athletic gear. You can find that at the Wheaton bookstore website, wheatonbooks.edu. Also, there will be links on the Wheaton College homepage as well. Here comes Stephen Goals with a little one-man pressure on the keeper. McDonald forced him to get rid of it. House ball is played right back into the middle for Jonathan Clark. Goals trying to win it. He's loose. He has a chance to shoot it, but McDonald's out. And another touch from Skinker puts it over the end line. Last deflected by McDonald, the keeper. And it will be another corner kick for Wheaton. So be sure to visit the Wheaton Thunder bookstore or online at wheatonbooks.com and pick up your new athletic gear. I'm going to do that right after this game. Here's Noah Anthony, left-footed outswinger from here. Up and into it. A low liner. Header to the goal over the crossbar. Russo again. Oh, man. And he's getting a little frustrated. He knows one of those has got to drop. But Anthony and Russo really seem to
21, Aaron Brown.
Have a connection here. And here comes Aaron Brown. The junior from Seymour, Indiana. He'll relieve Noah Anthony. Noah's played really fantastic ball. And a lot of good balls that he's put in from the corner for corner kicks. Just none of them have found their way into the back of the net yet. Here's Jaspers as he wins the ball in the middle circle. Goes left side for Skinker, making a run. Looking to keep it in play. He does. Works around a man, still in play. Trying to cross it from here. Playing really physical down there against Kevin Skinker as he's double teamed now. This ball's cleared along the far side. Kept down, though, by Blackman. Or excuse me, that's Aaron Brown. 21, not 11. Jaspers plays it back to Brown. Blackman has taken a seat, maybe to rest his knee a little bit. Here's Russo, plays it back to Seeger. Adam took a couple spills, clutching his knee a bit, but looks like he's okay. Just better be safe with him. Back into the offensive half for the Hornets. Hussey looking to cut off this attack by Shabino. Shabino now surrounded by some blue jerseys. Goes with a back heel flick, but Hussey, the closest one to it, he waits for it and clears it into the bench of Kalamazoo. Just over 20 minutes to go in the contest. 2-0 Thunder. Alex Dukoff takes the throw in the offensive third. Headed down by Jaspers. A lot of fun trying to feed it back was Kalamazoo's Landis, but no one was at home. And it goes unabatedly over the out-of-bounds line. Hussey looking for Musgraves, but it's deflected away. Sails over the left side, and Aaron Brown is in there with a lot of green to work with. Thunder moving left to right. Brown on the attack, feeds into the middle for Stephen Goals. Good touch to Skinker, trying to find Jonathan Clark in there. Ball spinning a little awkwardly, and Clark gets his way into that one. Blocks that clearing attempt over the end line. Couple more substitutions. First for the Thunder, Joey Lynn enters into the ball game for Matt Hussey.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 3, Joey Lynn.
Good to see Joey out there.
And for Kalamazoo, number 8, Spencer McDonald, and number 23, Mike Paul Karras.
Spencer McDonald and Mike Paul Karras. A senior and freshman. Or they're both seniors, excuse me. This ball is played in the defensive half. Fernandez trying to make a play. Far sideline, out of bounds. Thunder throw. Under 20 minutes, nearly to the 19-minute mark. More subs.
Re-entering for the Thunder, number 27, Elliot Borge. And for Kalamazoo, number 19, David Morris, and number 9, Mike Meekus.
Elliot Borge enters for Nathan Jaspers here at the 18:45 mark. And a couple more subs in for the Hornets as well. Still 2-0 in favor of the Thunder. That's the score that we had at halftime. It's the score that we remain at. Here with about 18.5 to go. Skinker over the midfield stripe, looking for the touch to Clark. Played now in the bet by Azar. Musgraves adding some pressure. Here's Dukoff, left channel. Dukoff with the right foot. Bada cuts it off. Possesses, brings it over the midfield stripe, left foot. Nice solid crisp pass to Musgraves. Chad with one touch, another, working around a man. Here comes a couple pressure, feeds it into the middle, looking for Bada, spins, left-footed shot, score! Jason Bada from Chad Musgraves. 3-0 Thunder. Jason Bada, his first goal of the year. Oh, it's good to see. The senior midfielder from Crystal Lake, Illinois, and Prairie Ridge High.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 17, Brandon Vanderveen, and number 26, Julian Vanderdoes.
Chad
The Thunder
Musgraves.
goal, his first of the year, scored by number 8, Jason Bada. Bada the goal, the assist to number 22, Chad Musgraves.
So Musgraves has gotten on the point board twice now. He has one goal, a header to his name, and now that assist. Thunder lead at 3-0. Now fighting for possession on that far side is Brandon Vanderveen. Also entering the game, Julian Vanderdoes, a freshman defender from Pau, France, in the Lycée de Louis Barthou. Julian, quite the soccer player in his own right in the European style. Coach Giuliano praised his talent, but it's more difficult than one would think to transfer from the European style into the American style. More difficult than one might think, but Julian shows a lot of promise. Now the Thunder looking for number 4. Here's Skinker working with room in the middle. Goes with a long cross looking for Jonathan Clark. Can he get to it before the end line? He does. A long cross back over the face to follow. Oh, so close. But it skipped past Vanderveen. What a look from Jonathan Clark. Not only did he keep it in play, but in one full motion. He sent it together. A nice cross over that cut through the 6 and gave Vanderveen a chance, but Brandon just could not come up with it. Goal kick, top right corner of 6. Thunder lead 3-0.
Hey, we're good. I figured out.
Looks like that goal came at minute 66.
Yeah.
So goals at the 16 minute, 36 minute, and 66 minute for the Thunder. That digit has seemed to be in their favor. They lead 3-0. Coming up on the 16-minute mark, or 16 minutes left, I should say, of the ball game. Joey Landon to Jonathan Clark. And I must tell you, folks, even though most of them are backups in there right now, it's quite a lot of talent on the field. I mean, this team is deep. Ball is cleared away, high toward the sideline, kept in play with a header. Stepping out away from it is Paul Karras. Russo comes into Bada. Bada touches into the right channel to Jonathan Clark. He wanted to change direction to find Vanderveen, cleared away, but Brown keeps it in front. Wanted to go back to Vanderveen, who lost a little bit of footing. Brown gets it back. Vanderveen on that left side, fighting for possession, along with Mike Meekus. And it's kept in play, fighting for it, and winning it, looks like, is Vanderdoes. Fired into the back. Seeger's going to call him off, and he'll scoop it up. He'll just simply roll it in front to Russo, playing center back. Vanderdoes in that left channel back. Goes left side for Brown. Brown does a nice job to step in, get in front of it. Aaron being doubled. Now rolls it back into Kalamazoo offensive territory. Turned around by Hammer for the right side. Ooh, a collision on that far sideline. Cutting him off was Aaron Brown. As well as Julian Vanderdoes. And Looks like Trevor Adams will come in at the next opportunity for the Thunder. 14 and a half minutes to go. This ball played back. Brown blocks this cross attempt out of bounds. Another throw. Kalamazoo hoping to try to actually get on the board here in the initial match for them, as well as the Bob Baptiste Invitational. Stephen Goals works his way into this one. Trying to sprint off this ball. The keeper comes way off his line and touches it out of bounds. Does McDonald coming way out of the box. And a substitute.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 23, Trevor Adams.
Here comes freshman Trevor Adams, seeing some time here for the final 14 minutes or so. Steven Russo takes a seat, and Russo shaking his head. He knows he should at least have one goal. Featured numerous times on some of those corner kick attempts, but he's played some solid ball in place of Dan Pavlak, who's getting some rest early in the year. Nursing some rib injury. Hopefully he'll be all right for the trip next weekend when the Thunder travel to Eastern Washington and Spokane. I'll be there myself. Not for Thunder, however, for a brother's wedding. Thunder looking for goal number 4 as Vanderveen fighting for it. Working off a man and touched away far sideline. Looking to maintain possession. Somehow Brandon got to it. Now wants to cross it with the left foot. Blocked over the end line. Giuliano applauds the effort, and it'll be a corner kick. The Thunder men and women flying to Spokane for
corner kick.
Tournament hosted by Whitworth University. They became Whitworth University from Whitworth College 4 years ago. Part of the Northwest Conference. It's always nice to see the CCIW and Northwest Conference get together. Don't see that very often. Vanderveen feeds Joey Land on the right channel. He'll feed it back in, looking for a backdoor header. Going to be crossed in, chopped in toward the middle, headed up at the top of the 6. Not a bad idea at all from Vanderveen as it's put up in possible counterattack, but Brown gets in front of that one. Sends it back to Elliot Borge. Borge steps over one, now goes left side. Vanderveen, a left-footed cross, flag goes up. They're going to wipe it off. Looks like offside. They're going to play it quickly for Kalamazoo, coming up with 12 minutes flat to go. Thanks for joining us on the initial soccer broadcast of the year right here on WTN. I'm Junior Newby. Plenty of people to thank as when we get to the propers at the end of this broadcast. This ball is sent into the right side. Skinker is the closest one to it, but it'll just travel over the end line out of bounds. Jared Georgakopoulos.
Number 5, Jared Georgakopoulos.
Excuse me, Jared Georgakopoulos will re-enter game. Say fans, good time to remind you that homecoming weekend, you should definitely come out here to Wheaton. Not only is there homecoming soccer and football to be played, but at the baseball field, it's the naming ceremony, the official naming ceremony of Lee Fund Stadium, where the old Legion Field used to be in Carroll Stream. That'll be at 10 a.m. in conjunction with the Wheaton Baseball Alumni Game, so be there for that. It's Saturday, October 6th. Kevin Skinker now possesses the offensive half. Ball on his right foot, plays it back for Borg. Touch back and forth with Joey Lynn and Jonathan Clark. Joey's got it, ball on his right foot, loses some traction. Good defense there, and it's cleared away. The Thunder, obviously tremendous success and a lot of depth, as now coming into the game is Mitchell Grove, the freshman.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 29, Mitchell Grove. And for the Hornets, number 12, Riley Wetzel.
Even playing without the services of returners Mitchell Parr and Jordan Lassard, who returns as a junior after not playing at Wheaton as a sophomore, but as a freshman he did. So we're looking forward to seeing Jordy and Mitchell come back after not being available for tonight's game for in-house reasons. This ball's thrown back into Bada. Skinker fighting forward as well, and I mean that will just even add more to the depth as Mitchell will play at the forward and Jordy maybe some midfield and defense and maybe some forward action as well. So Mitchell Grove is freshly entered into the game. Vander Doss gets his foot to this one, plays it back to Seeger. And at the left flank, Aaron Brown plays it up. Grove trying to win this ball. He's pushed off, and there goes the whistle. Grove, the 5'7" freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, and North Central High School. North Central High. I've seen that before. Justin Zeller went to that school. Of course, he graduated last season. And he was quite the athlete for the Thunder. Football playing wideout and baseball center field. Hitting over 400. Graduated North Central High. So Mitchell Grove keeping that tradition going. This ball sails over the end line.
Thunder corner kick.
Thunder corner. Coming up on 9 minutes, under 10 minutes, and 9 minutes flat. Nice back heel flick. Skinker trying to float it in. Oh, it sails over the face. Punched back toward the near post, but a kick save and a beauty by Dane McDonald. Yeah, give McDonald credit. He's been busy all night long.
Thunder corner kick.
And he's come up big in some big spots for Kalamazoo, unfortunately. It's not enough, as 3 goals have already gotten by him, but give the Thunder offense a lot of credit. It's another corner kick. Backing up the approach, the left-footed boom, and it's a good ball. A header is a little high by Trevor Adams. Bada trying to control it at the top of the 18. Wants to get rid of a shot, works around a couple defenders, but it's finally cleared out of the box. Lynn giving chase, it's out of bounds. Connor Rice to re-enter.
7 for 20.
Into the game for the Hornets, number 2, Joey Finkelberg. Returning for the Thunder, number 7, Connor Rice.
Also, one more reminder that a lot more Thunder gear can be purchased now via the Wheaton College bookstore. Go to the bookstore in person, great place to visit, or visit wheatonbooks.edu. Should be a link also on the Wheaton homepage for that. Lots of athletic gear. Show your school pride for Wheaton College. Here comes Borge now, drops it back to Trevor Adams. It's always cool to see the color of the cleats, and Adams got the purple. Nice play by Julian Vanderdosk, and in the keep possession, here's Joey Lynn in green cleats as he feeds Borge. Borge works off the man. Played back out, cleared near side, keeping possession. There's Mike Minkus on the near sideline. Good defensive work by Adams to shield him off the ball. Touched away. Cutting off now. Vanderdoes and push foul. That's going to be called against the Hornets. On Minkus, the senior from Farmington Hills, Michigan, and Harrison High. Kalamazoo has got an enrollment of about 1,400. Colors black and orange. And the MIAA, the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Last season they were 5-13 with a draw and 3-11 in conference. They've shown some good things here tonight, but the Thunder have just been too fast, too powerful, and too crisp with their offensive play. This ball is flicked on back to Ryan Seeger, comes out of the box. 6.5 minutes to go, and Ryan will clear it all the way up this near sideline to Connor Rice, off Rice's right foot out of bounds. Rice looks for the lead official. Steps in front of the first throw-in. Off of Bada. Nope. Off of the Hornets. Thunder throw. The contest might be in hand with a 3-0 score, but neither coach has stopped coaching. In the later portions of this game, both Giuliano very vocal as well as Coach Shabazz for the Hornets. There's always coaching moments for your team no matter what the score is. Here's Stephen Goals, nice little left footer, trying to find Connor Rice. Nice keeping possession of the ball on the far sideline, but couldn't really get a clean chance to cross. 5.5 minutes to go. Comes back into the middle, Joey Lynn, right foot into it. Mitchell Grove gets a right foot. Played along the ground by Finkelberg, the sophomore midfielder. Mentioned 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for Kalamazoo tonight. Thunder playing a couple freshmen in the starting lineup as well, between Marshall Hollingsworth and Elliott Borge. And now Stephen Goals, the freshman, playing some time as the Metro train goes on behind, as it's so frequently known to do. Nice play off the feet by Stephen Goals. They have a chance at one more. This ball's played into the middle. Dummied on. Borge had a chance. He crossed it in for Stephen Goals, but Stephen was just one step too shy of connecting on the final touch. Looked like Borge was thinking about reeling back with that right foot and making a shot at it, but instead of the shot, he made a beautiful cross. Goals just one step too late. 4.5 minutes. Thunder lead by 3. Reminder, we'll also have Coach Giuliano visit the press box for his Gamely post-game interview here on WETN to talk about the effort in the contest. It's a foul on Kalamazoo. Bada will quickly take it and turn around going the other way. This ball is rolled back to Aaron Brown on his right foot, punches it back to Vander Dawes, now to Adams. Trevor finding Borge. Borge cuts it back into the middle of the field. Nice just stop on a dime with that right foot. Now near sideline Joey Lynn. Lynn into Bada. Bada had to slide to get there and popped it straight up into the air and into the goal box. Ball played back from the Kalamazoo defensive half. Making a play on it, Finkelberg, and he fell to the turf. Foul on Borge. Rice playing with the ball on his right foot instead of directly giving it to the Hornets. Instead of that being a throw, it would be an indirect, and coming up to make it is McDowell. Right footed in. Sails toward the top of the 18. No one gets it. Now Brown wins a header, looking in Bada's direction. Jason rolls it up to Golds, who's helping it on for Borge. A step-in steal by Azar. Puts it back into the box, and Seeger possesses. Floats it to the left. Brown brings it on his right foot toward that left sideline, looking for Grove, but just past Mitchell and out of bounds. Into the final 2.5 minutes. A long day of soccer, but it's been a good one. Thunder looking to go 3 for 3 in victories in attempted games in the last 2 nights in their athletic programs, between the football team last night, the women sticking out a great win early on tonight, and now the men doing the same thing in punctual style. Here's Joey Lynn. Floats it back to Trevor Adams. Trevor winning a long ball for Borge, but overshoots him. Trevor officially athletically a freshman from Wheaton Academy. 6-foot defender. Playing in the right back. This ball's punched up. Giuliano talking about how the Thunder going on a numbering system now for their 11. Between the goalkeeper and then 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the defenders, and 6, 7, 8 middies, and 9, 10, 11 forwards. Pretty easy to follow. There's a nice play into Grove. Grove might have a chance here. Crosses it in toward the goal, but it's wide by a couple of feet. Left-footed shot from Mitch. Under 90 seconds. Now a minute 15. Left-footed pass near sideline, giving chase Mike Minkus. Minkus shoved off the ball and cleared out of bounds by Lynn. Throwing down for Anemone.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
A couple kids on the Kalamazoo roster call Kalamazoo their hometown. This ball floats through the 18, and Seeger picks it up at the top of the 6. That includes Giancarlo Anemone, a sophomore defender, and Emerson Talenda Fisher, sophomore midfielder. Holding in the middle circle, now here's Mitchell Grove in the middle of the field. To Bada. Bada with the left foot, trying to feed someone in the middle and perhaps shoot it in to the backside of the net. Picked out of the air by McDonald. 20 seconds to go in the contest. Reminder that Coach Mike Giuliano will join us after the game for a post-game interview and give his thoughts on what he sees out of his team in the first game. Here's a 10-second countdown.
8, 7.
Long float to
6,
Seeger. He picks it out of the air, dribbles a couple times. That's going to be
3,
it.
2, 1.
There goes the final 3 horns.
Kalamazoo 0.
That's a Wheaton winner in the books as well, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 first initial contest of the year, and it goes to the Thunder.
Attention Wheaton students, get your friends together and head over to Lower Beamer to sign up for the campus-wide photo scavenger hunt presented by College Union. Members of the winning teams will receive studio movie grill tickets, metric tickets, or a free pizza party for your whole team. Sign-ups are open starting now in Lower Beamer.
3 goals, they won it 3-0. The first game at the 16th minute.
Game at 7 o'clock as the Thunder face Principia College.
We'll wait for the public address
Wheaton Women will be in
announcements.
action at 4:30, also against Principia College.
That's another reminder, and we might as well remind you now for WETN production purposes. For tomorrow, 4:30 for women, 7 o'clock for men.
Immediately following the game, please collect yourselves now at the ramp at the end of the bleachers. Please go to the corner by the ramp at the end of the bleachers. There will be a short soccer clinic put on by the Wheaton College Thunder football or soccer team.
Short soccer clinic coming up now. Assistant Coach Garrett Berline will get that in play as Coach Giuliano will make his way up to the press box for a short press conference. Again, the Thunder win it 3-0 in the 16th minute. Their first goal was scored by Chad Musgraves on a header cross from Matt Hussey. Beautiful cross that was. That made it 1-0. And they got one more just shy of 10 minutes left in the first half. In minute number 36, Nathan Jaspers on a great cross by Hollingsworth, deflected by the defense, but right to the foot of Jaspers. And he put it away 2-0. And finally, in minute number 66, the Thunder got one more, as assisted by Chad Musgraves, off the foot of Jason Bada. As Coach Giuliano will join us for a short press conference here to talk about the ball game. Thunder win it 3-0 is the final in the first contest of the year. Not a bad way to start the season, Coach. A nice 3-0 final. What did you see from your team overall?
Well, I liked our energy tonight. I liked our depth. I thought the second team played with as much passion as the first. I like we didn't get too complacent after a goal or two. Still plenty to work on, but you saw us all last year, and you can see our emphasis on being able to possess the ball better, and I thought tonight we definitely did that. So
yeah, a lot of possession from back to front. You saw, instead of those booming kicks, goal kicks by Seeger down the field, instead of playing back to front, and it seemed to really work out, especially Fernandez and Anthony, the 2 transfers in the back, really seemed to play with a lot of poise and control.
Yeah, I thought they did a wonderful job, and we've got a lot of quality players this year, and we're just going to have to try to find the minutes if we can, but it's a good start to the season. Still plenty to work on, but a good start to the season, good start at our transformation of possession game, adding that to our game, so feel good about it so far.
I'll ask you about the freshmen between the trio of Borge and Hollingsworth in the starting, and even Stephen Goals played pretty well. What did you think from your freshmen tonight?
It was tremendous. I mean, I could not physically handle trying to be a back when Marshall's coming at you at that kind of pace. And Elliott's calm demeanor just gives us such a presence in the middle of the field, and Josh is playing great. And so it's just a real good effort tonight.
You mentioned the second game of the year can be an important one at times, so what do you look for tomorrow at 7 o'clock against Principia?
Yeah, well, Principia dropped one today, so they're going to be really hungry and eager to try to get on the winning board, and we can't think, well, we've won a game, that means we're special. 1-0, there's probably 500-600 teams that are 1-0 right now, so that means nothing. We just got to keep going, keep working hard, and see what happens. So, and if I can say one more thing,
sure.
We're starting our blatant advertising. We're starting our mini camp tonight, 27 minutes for kids, so we'd love to have any kids in the area come on out and be in the camp with us.
That's right, parents. If you've got kids in the area that are loved and interested in soccer, get them down here for a post game. And Coach, by the way, you look great tonight. Love the button down and the tie and the slacks.
New look this year, new culture, and on the field, off the field, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, we appreciate the time. Thanks, congrats on the victory. See you tomorrow night. That's Coach Mike Giuliano, gracious enough to spend a couple of moments with us. Post-game, Thunder win it 3-0, 16th minute. Header's goal by Chad Musgraves, assisted by Matt Hussey. In the 36th, Marshall Hollingsworth, his first assist, and it was put away by Nathan Jaspers, his first goal of the year. And in the 66th minute, Chad Musgraves assists Jason Bada with a nice twirl move and a left-footed put away into the back of the net. The final score, Thunder 3, Kalamazoo 0.